Today's edition is brought to you by Lantic and Rogers, your trusted sugar and sweetener brands for over 125 years. I'm Naomi Szeben with your baking industry news. Your top story. The federal budget was announced and introduces some changes that could benefit bakers. The Ontario government announces paid sick days for the province, and Restaurant Canada's working group proposes ways to revive Canada's food industry. Canada's federal budget was announced on April 19 by Finance Minister Chrystia Freeland. Among some of the notable changes are extensions to many of the relief programs, such as increasing the maximum loan amount from $350,000 to $500,000 and extending the loan coverage periods from 10 to 15 years for equipment and leasehold improvements. The Canada Emergency Rent Subsidy and lockdown support has been announced to be extended beyond June. If you are a woman and/or a BIPOC entrepreneur, the government has pledged to work with financial institutions to develop financial support. The Canadian Federation of Independent Business President Dan Kelly admits that while the budget delivered some support to many of Canada's small businesses, there are still what he calls critical gaps in relief programs. Kelly stated that the extension of programs and increasing loan amount helps, but the CFIB recommends that the government increase the Canada Emergency Business Account loans to $80,000 with a 50% forgivable portion. He also recommended adding a forgivable portion to loans under the heavily affected Sector Credit Availability Program. In light of the many changes, the Ontario government announced 3 paid sick days for COVID leave. The announcement was made by Monty McNaughton, Minister of Labour, Training and Skills Development. If passed, employers are required to provide employees with up to $200 of pay for up to 3 days if they are missing work due to COVID-19. This program will be retroactive to April 19, 2021, and effective until September 25, 2021, the date the CRSB will expire. The release states that if an eligible worker learns that they must isolate for longer than 50% of the time they would have otherwise worked for the week due to a positive COVID-19 test or risk of exposure, they may apply for the Canada Recovery Sickness Benefit if they haven't taken a paid leave day under this proposal. Though many bakeries were not as hard hit as others in the food industry, many deli cafes and bakery cafes were affected. Restaurants Canada wants to ensure that the food industry will recover to its full potential with its new governmental working group. RC President Todd Barkley said that the group is advocating for a framework that responds beyond emergency measures. With Small Business Minister Mary Ng taking part in the Restaurant Revival Working Group, the association plans to propose changes for key government policymakers. Among the proposals are a temporary expansion of the existing business tax credit from 50% to its original 100% to encourage businesses to boost restaurant spending after more than a year of reduced downtown dining. A culinary tourism incentive for the 2021 and 2022 tax years, and the removal of merchant fees from the tax portion of restaurant bills. RC states that credit card companies are profiting from the taxes collected by business owners on behalf of the government and needlessly discourages restaurant spending. For more information about this working group, go to bakersjournal.com. The Inspirational Bakery Contest has closed. Founding sponsor Ardent Mills can't wait to read your entries. Thank you to all who entered, and good luck. Stay tuned to hear more about who the Inspirational Bakery of Canada will be. Thanks again to our sponsor, Lantic and Rogers, your trusted sugar and sweetener brands for over 125 years. Stay tuned to Baker's Journal this week for all the latest in baking industry news. I'm Naomi Szeben. See you next time.